Hello and welcome everyone um to a Dragon Ball Z discussion topic. Now, reason I named it number one is that we are going to start making these episodes of different discussion topics. So every single time there's going to be a clear discussion, I will call it what it is and make it a number, so you guys can, if you guys are looking for a specific discussion you guys want to listen to, it is there for you guys. So I will have to be doing some editing on the on my other videos titles, so you guys don't get confused. Now, I am going to be playing Dead by Daylight while we do this. So don't so that's a little entertainment for you guys. So you're not just sitting there listening to me chat and you guys not getting any entertainment. So with that being said, we will start the discussion topic. What's up, Rick? Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has been a anime that has had many villains throughout its entire storyline, going from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT to Super to Kai, and to like now we got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2. Then we got Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which is basically the same as all the other stories, but then we also have a crap ton of movies. So Dragon Ball has had a lot of villains. And what's a villain without the main character? The main character we've had in Dragon Ball have been sprawled across the galaxy in more ways than one. We got Goku being the mainest of the main protagonist in the game, in the whole show. Then we got Gohan, his son. We got Goten. We got Trunks. We got Vegeta, Piccolo. There are so many characters that we have at least saw them have a big part in the show. But with Goku, we're obviously going to know that Goku has more than any of the kills in the show. Is that true? No. Most likely yes. But what are the villains that Goku has not killed but has at least had a few run-ins with? So this list is going to be what villains Goku has fought but has not killed. Now before we get into it, I would like you guys to understand that I may be missing a couple of villains, and I will be, well, even if that's the case, I will explain. We will be going discussing from the baddest to the one that had little to no, that either had no impact or little to no impact, and then we will be going to the ones that had the most impact in the story. Before we begin, we will not be including characters that have not had an official way of saying who they really are in their alignment. So Beerus, Jiren, all those others that did not literally try killing our characters or trying to take over the galaxy will not be included. And yes, we know Jiren tried to destroy Goku's friends while he was fighting, but that was just a show. That was just for him to try proving a point. So, no. I will be including Dragon Ball up to Super. None of the I will not be including any of the fan mades, and I know you guys are going to complain about GT, but we're going to include GT because GT's got a good amount of characters. And not to also mention, we also really do have to also state that we will also be including the movies. So with that being said, let's go down to the very, very bottom of the list. Number 20 has some decent amount of people who Goku has not killed. That has killed and either has killed, well, who hasn't killed, and had like little to no impact to the story whatsoever. This would being the case of one of the most worthless characters that, and let's be honest, this is kind of a cheap one. We're gonna have to give it to Garlic Jr. Now, reason we're giving this to Garlic Jr. is because of this main reason. Garlic Jr. is a character that was not only a movie character, but he was also a character in the show. So he is a canon character. He is a character that was able to grant the wish to the Dragon Balls to make it to where Garlic Jr. could be immortal. So Goku and Piccolo at first in the movie tried to beat him, tried to basically kill him, and would have succeeded, except he granted himself immortal, so he couldn't die, and he let his anger get to him and opened up the what's that called? It's called the Dead Zone. That's what the movie's called, is Dragon Ball Z Dead Zone. He opened that up, and Goku and Piccolo pushed him in. Well, it was actually technically Gohan. Then Garlic Jr. came back, and with the black mist, basically made it to where everybody was becoming vampires. And Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin tried fighting him, and again, since he couldn't die, kinda defeated the purpose. But he gets pushed in again to the Dead Zone, and they destroyed the Big Getty Star, which the Big Getty Star was a star that came around every good amount of years and granted Garlic Jr. immense amount of power. And that's how he was able to break his prison, but with Gohan still being the most powerful character other than Goku at the time, he stopped Garlic Jr. and destroyed the Big Getty Star along with it. So yes, that is kind of a cheap one to say that Garlic Jr. gets the bottom of the list, but let's be completely honest here. It's an easily avoidable situation. Could have found the Dragon Balls, could have wished him unimmortal, or, with the whole instance being the case, if they were paying more attention than what they did, they could have easily got to the lookout to make sure the Dragon Balls were safe and to make sure that Garlic Jr. did not get his wish. Not to also mention, after Garlic Jr. coming back, if Goku was there, Goku could have easily turned Super Saiyan and just kept slapping Garlic Jr. till he got tired. So, not really that much of an impact. But yes, like I said, that is kind of a cheat one. But with that being said, let's continue on. Number 19, Babbidi's Minions. Now, in this is the Majin Buu saga. Majin Buu saga was the event. It was a good maybe couple years after the events of the Cell saga. Gohan is grown up into an adult, or at least getting up there. He was in high school, high school. So he's at least a teenager, young adult. And with everyone being not training as much since it is time of peace, except for Vegeta, for obvious reasons, everyone did not need to worry about anything. But when the World Tournament was announced and Goku getting excited to see how strong everybody's got, basically Thorik is the true Team Gohan. But anyways, with Goku getting excited for the tournament, he decided to beg Baba to see if they could get him the right to go to Earth for at least a day. with that being said, he was able to get granted that request, so he went down to Earth, and he saw how pretty much everybody except for Vegeta had gotten really weak. Gohan, he saw that he could tell Gohan slacked on his training, but he still could say Gohan was at least a good strong fighter. But anyways, with that being said, after that, with everybody doing their own, seeing who gets placed where, we got a hint of the characters of Supovich, and I'm not sure what the other guy is. And they beat the hell out of Adele. Well, at least Supovich did. And then they were able to steal Gohan's energy. After that, the Supreme Kai and Kibito Kai inform the Z fighters of what's going on, and then they go and try to fight Babidi to keep him from resurrecting Majin Buu. Now, the minions that I will mention that Goku had at least somewhat of Goku basically was there throughout these whole entire fights. So he does have an impact on it because Goku is there to help stop them. The only one that Goku does kill is this energy absorbing monster that every time Goku would charge up to use ki to turn up the light, which because this one was a dark, this character liked to be in the dark, Goku used his energy to light up the room, and then that's when the monster would absorb the energy. Goku realized that was happening, so basically gave the monster a crap ton of energy, and the monster could not handle that amount of power, and it kills him. So he is not on the list for the effects, and for some reason this is taking forever. Oh, you can't be serious, can you? Looks like we can't play. Anyways, guys, I'll continue. With everything else being said, with that being, the situation, we did also have to, experience, everybody else getting hit. Vegeta getting his fight in, Gohan getting his fight in. So there's a lot of these characters that Goku did not kill. The one character that is pointed out the most that Goku did not kill was Deborah. Deborah was one of another Babidi's minions that would have done some pretty good amount of issues if Gohan would have won. But with Gohan not winning the fight due to the fact that he walked away from Gohan because he saw that Vegeta was basically evil, or had evil intentions in his heart, he then said, okay, I'm going to go and we are going to make sure you are going to be on our side. So then he basically did that. That's why Goku or Gohan didn't kill him. And the only time that and how Deborah does die, well, like Thoric just said, Buu ate him. So that is one of the characters that, all those characters was a thing except for the energy absorbing monster that Goku really did not have anything to do with killing them. So that is, number 19. I am going to it's only 10 minutes. Yeah, I think it'll be good before I end the stream. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. Number 18. The Ginyu Force. Now, I would have put these guys at different. Um, uh, Now, I am going to say that I am going to make these guys individual in these type of in this list to because a lot of them did have a very impactful point to the story. If Goku did not step in, um, or even if Goku did step in, and didn't kill them, they still would have had a good, decent impact on the story. So I am going to make these guys individual. Now, number 18 is definitely going to be Guldo. Let's be completely honest, Guldo didn't really have anything to do with the story. Guldo is one of the weakest among the Ginyu Force. The only reason he is technically on the Ginyu Force to begin with, anyways, the Guldo is a member of the Ginyu Force that is Frieza's one of Frieza's main fighting squad other than him. The only reason he's also on the team is because he has a time manipulation power. He can freeze time as long as he holds his breath. He can put his enemies into a paralyzing space, and also he can telepathically use his mind to basically lift up objects and make them into anything he wants. Well, not technically anything he wants, but he can make them into a sharper, more, deadlier object. Now, only reason this man is on this list is because he does not interact with Goku at all, but he does interact with his son, with Goku's son. So, that's one of the reasons why he's ranked so low. The second reason is that, again, he really did not have that much of an impact. He could have killed Goku, and he could have easily have killed Gohan and Krillin. But killing Krillin's not that big of a, thumbs up, and killing Gohan, I don't know. I personally don't think he would have, but thanks to Vegeta cutting Guldo's head off and killing him, that did not become the issue, which again, it did not really help their situation a lot due to the fact that they still had many of the Ginyu Force to go. Number 17 obviously is going to be another one of the Ginyu Force members, and that is going to be Butter. Now, with Butter being a one of the other strongest members of the Ginyu Force, he is also one of the fastest members of the Ginyu Force. He always claims to be the fastest in the universe, which is obviously BS because you have Ginyu, which is the leader of the Ginyu Force. Butter, the blue guy, fastest guy. And we also got him, we also have an issue with that guy because of the fact that he was also not as fast as Frieza. So really that fastest in the universe title can't really go to you if you obviously are slower than a couple of others. But whether we're not going to make fun of his name or not, we're just going to continue on. With Butter being one of the members of the Ginyu Forces, he's not really a character that even remotely should have been in that situation in the first place. He was more for comedy relief and just being a cheerleader. During the fight between Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin against Raccoon, he was basically the one standing there saying, "Oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, this. Oh, hey, that." Eventually, Goku does show up and does take down Butter pretty easily. Didn't really have to try. For Goku, he really didn't have to try. which he does have a little impact, because if Goku did not show up and stop Butter, if they could have beaten Raccoon, they would have still had to fight Butter and Jace, which, by how Vegeta, you're doing this on purpose. No, I'm not. With Vegeta, being as weakened as he was, and Gohan getting his neck broken, and Raccoon almost dying, not Raccoon, Krillin basically laying down on the ground, yeah. Yeah, he is pretty slippery, but, you know, again, he wasn't really a situational character where it was a big situation to have him die. Like I was explaining before, with him just being there and being a comedy relief, he really doesn't have that much impact on the story, unless the fact that if they could have somehow beaten Raccoon, Butter would have easily stepped in and killed them. So, and with that obvious being the case, let's be completely honest, that wasn't a situation at all. Number... I forgot. Am I at 16 or 15? No. I thought I was at 17. No, it's 16. Number 16 is Jace. Another one of the very, very useless character in the Dragon Ball villain is, you obviously have to admit, Jace. Jace does at least have a little bit more to go than what Butter did, but other than that, he really doesn't have anything else to go with. With Jace being another member of the Ginyu Force, he is more of a comedy relief character than what Butter was. He, what else can I say about him? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Reason he does not have as much of an impact to the story as what any of these other top characters I will be getting into. And between what makes him better than Butter, better than Butter. Sorry. Other than that, the only thing that makes him better than him is the fact that he goes and gets Ginyu, and he does put up a decently okay fight against Vegeta, but Vegeta obviously shows that he is stronger, faster, and just a better fighter than Jace, all in all. Other reason that he's ranked higher is that if God given in this situation, after taking a beating from Raccoon and Butter, and if they still would have killed them without Goku's help, let's be completely honest, Jace would have murdered them. But also, another thing that gives him a better rating than what Butter did is the fact that Jace actually got away from Goku because Goku let him go. And otherwise, if Jace would have went down just as much as quick as Butter did, then I probably would have just said Butter and Jace would have been for the low rank. But since that wasn't the case, we go from there. Number 15, Raccoon. Raccoon had a decently good part. Exactly. Also, again, like I said, from Butter and Raccoon, Butter didn't also die from Goku, he died from Vegeta. Sorry if I didn't mention that. Number 15, Raccoon. Raccoon is one of the characters that actually did start having a good impact to the story. With Raccoon being a character that was able to say, okay, we are going to fight you guys one-on-one. One-on-one, Raccoon was fighting Vegeta, and basically Vegeta got wrecked. The only thing Vegeta actually did to Raccoon that actually made it seem like Raccoon would have lost was shoot him with a Gallic gun, and yeah. But did that kill Raccoon? No, Raccoon stood up. Raccoon was standing with when the smoke cleared, and basically beat the crap out of Vegeta afterwards. Other than that, Vegeta would have died, but with the jump into Krillin and Gohan, they saved Vegeta, but in the expense of them getting their butts destroyed by Raccoon as well. Yeah, so it did turn 3v1, but it was at 1v1 at first, but the reason why he would have made such an impact to the story if he wouldn't have gotten beat by Goku when he showed up, he could have easily have put our Z fighter, our hero, into a very bad situation due to the fact that he could have killed Gohan, which he should have with the breaking his neck like he did, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Krillin getting knocked out very freaking easily, and then Vegeta dying could have set Goku into a very bad position due to the fact he would not know where the Dragon Balls were, would not know who all is on Namek, and would have just been screwed. So he would have had a good, decently impact, but we all know with our character, yeah. So number 15 is not a bad placement. Number 14 is Ginyu. Now, Ginyu is is starting to touch where the story could have gotten very complicated, but it still would not have had that much of an impact to his story. And here's the reason why I explain, but I will explain who the good Ginyu is. Ginyu is the leader of the Ginyu Force, obviously for the name. Anyways, he, again, like I said, he is the leader of the Ginyu Force. He decided that he would fight Goku in a 1v1 in a fair fight, and when he saw Goku boost up to Kaioken, just the first Kaioken, and saw that his power was way above Ginyu's, he started freaking out and was like, oh god, I'm screwed. With that being the case, he switched bodies with Goku, and yeah. So the way he did not really have that big of an impact to the story is the fact that his own attack made it to where it was that point. He not only with his own attack get himself into a frog, because he was trying to use the attack like out of every situation. Like he tried to use it to get into Vegeta's body, and then Goku got into his body back, and then with no preparation at all, even making sure any of the Z fighters couldn't have stopped him, he then does it again and gets turned into a frog. Claire. So, obviously, his own downfall making it to where his rating could have been higher, it was made lower due to the fact that he kind of just abused his power. Which is kind of a cheap way of having our protagonist win, due to the fact that throughout the time we didn't even know Ginyu had this power, he wasn't using it, and the one time he did use it, it's like, oh hey, I got this body, I'm going to be smart with it. And then he immediately turns into an idiot and then spams the move. So, he eventually meets his end. Well, he does, get the chance to be getting into Bulma's body, and then, what can I say? Spams it, making sure he doesn't understand that there are two other Z fighters there that could have easily have stopped him, and Gohan does by throwing the same frog that he was in, the same frog, because, you know, he switched bodies with Bulma, so he just throws the Bulma frog, and Ginyu goes right back into the frog form. So, yeah, it's kind of disappointing the fact that Ginyu could have had a good impact on the story, but due to his own stupidity, he basically screwed up his own deal. So, with that being said, yeah. 13, number 13, we are going to be giving that beautiful stance to the Frieza, not Frieza, it is going to be going to Bojack. Made the Froggy Force. We will be giving the 13 selection to Bojack. Bojack is a movie character that was named for Bojack Unbound. We never got a clear explanation on who Bojack really technically is, even in the movies, but we did get a little backstory saying that Bojack did get caught, did get banished into King Kai's planet. That's why the gravity at King Kai's planet was so much. So with that being the case, it was pretty simple for Bojack to stay in there, but with Goku causing the planet to explode after sacrificing himself for Cell, for the world, to make sure Cell doesn't come back, which in the end he does. Cell blows up the planet, freeing Bojack. So then after Bojack was freed, he went and tried to take over the planet after I'd say about a year or two after the events of the Cell Saga. So with that being the case, we then eventually got Gohan to stop Bojack by going Super Saiyan 2. Now, the reason Bojack would have had a decently good impact on the storyline is because if Gohan was not there to stop Bojack, Bojack would have taken over the planet. But the reason why he is not ranked higher on the list, like you guys are probably going to ask, the reason Bojack is not higher on the list is because Goku did not really have a really big situational, really big what's that word I want to use? A really big rivalry with Bojack like he would have with any of the other characters. Goku really didn't have anything to do with Bojack. The only thing he really had to do with Bojack was freeing him from the planet. But with Goku not knowing that, and also not knowing where else to take Cell, he really had no choice. So, with that being the situational deal, it's kind of a reason why he is ranked so low on this list. Number 12, and this is going to be getting a little bit more impactful in the story, so buckle your seatbelts, guys. Number 12, the androids. The androids were in the Android Saga, they were a character. They were two characters, 17 and 18, that were villains at one point, but then turned good. Now, the reason why they are on this list is because they really did not have a full impact with Goku, like the same situation with BoJack, but they still would have had a good impact on the story due to the fact that they had a situation where they both got absorbed and Cell got in his perfect form. So with that being the case, it does give a decently good impact. But yeah, so, and it's a good thing Goku didn't kill them, because now with Android 17 and 18 being members of the yep, I know that, Stu, I will be getting to that. The other situation is that if Goku did not, since Goku did not kill 17 or 18, did not really have that big of an, if they're not really having that big situation, he now, 17 and 18 are now basically one of the strongest Z fighters in the whole Z fighter. Now we're also mentioning number 19 and 20. Since I said androids, I'm meaning them too. With the androids, 19 and 20, they were the first introduction to the androids. We had a introduction with them in the in Dragon Ball, but not full on like we did in Z. 19 and 20, which I think and Android 17 technically did die due to the fact that he was absorbed and Gohan did not get him free, but he did eventually get brought back to life. I believe number 19 was 19 was Jiro, and number 20 was the big one. I may be wrong, don't quote me on that, guys, but anyways, they both got introduced into the Dragon Ball Z when they were said to be I guess. Anyways, with all that being said, with 19 and 20, they got introduced first with showing Goku going Super Saiyan, and then we got Vegeta going Super Saiyan, which is another reason why they have such a good impact on the story, due to that fact that we got to see Super Saiyan in action again. So that's really kind of why they are pretty decently impactful on the story, but so yeah. Okay. I'm on 12, right? Am I on 12 or 11? Let's say 12. Number 12, we're going to give that one to the amazing Broly. Now, with Broly being a Saiyan, he was able to get not two, but also got 3 movies. Well, actually, not only 3, but he got 4 movies. 4 movies, okay, I'm on 11. Okay, number 11 is, Broly. Broly, was a ruthless Saiyan that was, first introduced in the movie the legendary Super Saiyan. He has a ability that not other Super Saiyans have, where the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. Basically, the Incredible Hulk in Dragon Ball. He is he gets mad by seeing Goku, due to the fact that when Goku was a baby, Goku kept crying and crying and crying and crying, and that just pissed Broly off. So no matter what, every time he gets mad, he screams Kakarot. And Goku fights him along with the other Z fighters, and Broly basically slaps all of them. And Goku beats Broly in one shot by getting everyone's energy absorbed into him, and then that's how Goku was able to beat Broly. Reason that he is not, the reason why Broly does not technically get on, the reason why Broly is on this list is because Broly doesn't die. Broly comes back in the second coming, somehow getting off the planet. Even after it exploded, Broly was able to get off the planet, almost dead, but with him getting regenerated, well, not regenerated, but his power comes back, and he starts trying to destroy Earth. Gohan and Goten are the ones that are finally officially able to kill Broly. You can say Goku was there to help kill Broly, so he probably shouldn't be on this list, but let's be completely honest here, guys. Goku was not technically there. It was not yet confirmed that Goku actually had really a impact on making the Kamehameha strong enough to beat Broly. Because, and the reason I'm going to say it that way is because of this. First of all, the Dragon Balls did not appear, like the Dragon Balls did not make Shenron come out on when they made the wish that Goku was there. So with that being said, it can't really be confirmed that Shenron actually confirmed the wish. Which, yes, they did shoot away like they were supposed to, but, you know, even with that still being the case, we still can't give out a clear information that he really technically did make the wish, because even how many... Also, let's think of it this way. How many times have the Z Fighters got the Dragon Balls at that time, put them all together, and they were growing, but then they had to call out Shenron for him to grant the wish. And not only that, they did it telepathically. Goten said it to himself. So really, there's no other way that Shenron even shows that he can read minds. So with all that being said, it's really hard to say that Goten made the wish for Goku to show up. Not only that, and here's another big thing to say for that, is that when Goku arrived turning Super Saiyan and shooting his Kamehameha at him, yeah, I will. Goku's Kamehameha, honestly, and most definitely say that Goku definitely would have been training at that time. It would have shown that Goku should have easily have made that Kamehameha go so much stronger than Broly. So, like I said, I really doubt that Goku really had an impact. That Goku was there to help kill Broly. Maybe I could say that he, you know, did a situation of saying that, you know, hey, I'm here talking to you guys by heart, but I'm not there to help. So, Not to also mention, we also got told about Bio Broly, which, I mean, Bio Broly is another movie that they made to show that they brought Broly back to life as basically a bio warrior. It's basically a warrior made out of mechanics. Basically think of it as like the androids, but with this, instead of taking somebody and making a robot out of them, it's they can take your DNA and make a warrior out of it. So they did that with Broly, and Goten and Trunks were the ones that defeated Broly. Krillin was there too, and he helped, but I can't say much about Krillin. Not to also mention the fourth movie, which is I'm not even sure what it's called. I think it's just called Broly. Dragon Ball Super Broly, I guess. Yeah, it's like Cell but Broly, basically. And with this new movie, they did a complete remake of Broly's story. But in this one, Broly's a lot more destructive, but Goku and Vegeta fused to make Gogeta and turned blue, beat the crap out of Broly, and before Goku and Vegeta could kill him, I think Broly's girlfriend or teammate or whatever you want to call her was able to get Broly out of there. So in the end, both versions of Broly don't die by Goku. So that is the information about Broly. Number 10 is going to be Majin Buu. Majin Buu is in the Majin Buu saga, obviously. Okay, so he wasn't a bad guy, but either way. Number 10 was Majin Buu. Majin Buu has a side to it that makes it halfway impactful, halfway not. So we gotta be careful. I am going to mention that I am talking about Majin Buu and Super Buu. I am not talking about Kid Goku due to the fact that Kid Buu dies by Goku. Which, so I will just talk about Fat Buu and Super Buu. With Majin Buu becoming the case, Majin Buu was a type of childish Buu. That's also why I'm not, why this is kind of a halfway instance. Majin Buu was basically getting told by Babidi what to do. And once he got rid of Babidi, he was basically a kid running around, not having a grown-up basically to tell them what to do. And everybody thought he was a really bad guy. Vegeta tried to fight him, but Vegeta failed and killed himself. Then we had Gohan try to fight him and almost die. We had Goku fight him, and Goku had to stop fighting because not only was he running out of time, both with his Super Saiyan 3 form and the time he was being able to spend on Earth. So there was those things. And then Gotenks couldn't beat him. So yeah, with all those instances, it was kind of the situation where it's like, oh hey, yeah. Then we had Super Buu, which was basically Evil Buu, which was Fat Buu releasing his evil inside of him and made a reincarnation of the Buu, of Super Buu, which was called Evil Buu, and then the Evil Buu eats Majin Buu and then becomes Super. I know it's kind of a complicated issue, but hey, it's Dragon Ball. With that being said, with all that, Goku was he was able to fight Super Boo, but he was obviously outmatched due to the fact that Super Boo absorbed not only Piccolo but also absorbed Gotenks. But when Gotenks fusion ran out inside Boo, Majin Buu was, was out of his league against Goku. And then he absorbs Gohan, and then Goku gets basically destroyed. He gets absorbed by, Goku then fuses with Vegeta, making Vegito, destroying Majin Buu, and then Majin Buu absorbs them. But other than that, it shows that that's why it is impactful. Is showing that it's a very impactful thing due to the fact that Goku could not kill either Fat Buu or Super Buu. And then with Kid Buu being the thing and almost killing Goku, it felt like he needed to be there. Number 9, Emperor Pilaf. Emperor Pilaf is a character that has not been killed throughout how many times that he faced Goku as a kid, and then had a lot of other issues. Emperor Pilaf, with his 2 minions, I can't remember who they are. He was an emperor, obviously, that got taken down by Goku due to the fact that Goku went grade 8 form in Dragon Ball. And then ever since then, he's been, sleazing around trying to figure out things on how he can basically get the Dragon Balls to make himself either immortal or eternal youth. Otherwise, Goku never does kill Pilaf, and with that being the case, Emperor Pilaf did something that really helped impact the story in GT, making Goku into a kid again. Used the Black Star Dragon Balls and basically makes Goku a kid again. So, yeah. So it does add a little situation. It does add a good storyline, not only for helping GT with building up Super Saiyan 4, but also gives Emperor Pilaf a lot of comedy. So with that being said, that was a very impactful thing happening. So yeah, number 8 is going to be Yamcha. Now, reason Yamcha is so high in this, and I'll explain later, and I'll explain soon. Yamcha was a evil guy in Dragon Ball that was basically a thug on the run. He would steal things from people, even going to the point of killing them. He tried to steal Goku's Dragon Balls more than once, and even basically violated Bulma by touching her boob while she's sleeping, and like squeezed it and was like, "Oh, when did the Dragon Balls get this squishy?" And then uncovered them and then saw Bulma naked. Other than that, he was, like I said, he was a bandit that eventually did turn good, and now he is one of the was once one of the decently strong humans, but since he quit training, he basically is not a fighter anymore. But hey, we got to see a lot of comedy relief from the guy, so we got to give him a decent spot in this selection. Number 7, Tien. Tien was another one of those characters that was basically an assassin. He was an assassin, kind of an assassin for hire, because he was taught in by one of the teachers that hated Master Roshi, and if Goku would not have beaten Tien and did not get Master Roshi not given Tien's conscience a nicer tone, he would have tried killing Goku. But with that being the case, he did not kill Goku and turned good, and is now one of the biggest, one of the strongest humans on Earth. With why is he on this list so high? He does have a he does have a good impact to the story since Goku did not kill him. He was able to hold Cell back long enough for Vegeta to get there. Also with the help of Goku, showing Cell that he's getting stronger. He was, like I said, he was able to give Vegeta time to get there and beat the crap out of Cell. He's also been known to do a number of things that were helpful with the story. So, it is a good thing that Goku did not kill Tien. So we will go from there. Number 6 is going to be Babidi. Now, Babidi is one of those characters that if he wouldn't have died, if he would not have gotten killed, it would have meant extreme bad news for the universe. Not only does Babidi have the alright, Thoric, just get on your PlayStation after, and we'll play something. The reason why Babidi's death is so important to the story is because of this. Babidi was a character, and like I explained with Majin Buu, Majin Buu was created by Babidi. If Babidi was not there, we would not have seen many good transformations. So this is one of the reasons why he was so impactful to the story. We would not have seen Super Saiyan 3 if Babidi was not there. We would not have seen Gotenks be there if it wasn't for Babidi. We would not have seen Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. We would not have seen Vegito. And we would not have seen the world's biggest spirit bomb, even bigger than the one that he gave to Frieza. So, you know, it was a great thing that Babidi was there. Babidi did eventually get killed by Piccolo, but with Majin Buu helping, healing Babidi, he eventually did meet his end when Buu killed him by punching off his head. So, not only would we not have seen great transformations, we also would have had the point in time where instead of Majin Buu running around like a uncontrolled child, we definitely would have had a controlled killing machine. So with that being said, Babidi's death was very influential and a very needed thing. Number 5 was I gotta think about that. Sorry, guys. Number 5 being Nappa. Number 5 being, like I said, number 5 being Nappa. Nappa was a Saiyan in the Dragon Ball Z series that was basically the underliner to Vegeta. Nappa was the one that helped kill Tien, which Tien basically killed himself, but due to how bad of a beating Nappa gave him, he really didn't have that much choice. Caused Chaozu to kill himself by blowing himself up, and that not doing anything to Nappa. He was the one that made the Cyberman killing Yamcha, and he killed Piccolo. So yeah, Nappa had a very big instance. Not only that, if Goku didn't show up, he would have killed Gohan as well. So with that being the case, that is why Nappa is so high on this list, due to the fact that since he killed Piccolo, that gave us the reason to go to Namek, and that gave us the chance to see Super Saiyan for the first time. So his death happened with Vegeta, due to the fact that Vegeta did not want a Saiyan being on the ground, and if he was not able to move, he's just like, well, if you're not moving, you're no longer useful to me, and he kills him. So yeah, number 4 being Raditz. Raditz was another very influential character that Goku did not necessarily kill, but he did have an instant. He did have a good impact on it, but he did not get the kill, so that is why Raditz is on this list. Raditz is another Saiyan that we finally got to learn who Goku was, why he was in the space station, when his grandpa Gohan found him, why he had the tail, what the tail meant, and basically everything we needed to know about Saiyans. And Raditz claimed to be Goku's brother, which by this time it is confirmed that Raditz was Goku's brother. Throughout the fight, it is showing that Raditz was stronger, not only stronger than Goku, but was also stronger than Piccolo. With Piccolo obviously being being cut to one arm, and Goku getting destroyed, it was Gohan that was able to weaken Raditz to the point where Goku could hold on to Raditz, and Piccolo did the special beam cannon, killing Raditz. Not only was this very impactful to the story, that since there were more Saiyans coming, Goku was able to go to Otherworld, to King Kai's world, and train to learn how to do the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb, which helped beat Vegeta. We also were able to get we finally got to see the special beam cannon in action, and that's one of the only villains it's not the only villain, but it's like one of the very few villains that died by the special beam cannon, so it holds that title. And not to also mention, that was the first time we got to see Gohan have this this hidden power that everybody loved to see be released every time he releases it. So that is number 4 on our list. Number 3 being Cell. What can we say about Cell that is so influential to the story? We have to say a lot of things with Cell. Cell is a android that was made to basically be the strongest life form. He was made to know what all have all the powers of these Saiyans. Basically, he knows all. He can make his power feel like it's Goku's. Can make it feel like Vegeta's. Can make it feel like Gohan's. He every time Cell is killed, like brought to near death, and that's destroying his whole body and leaving one speck of Cell alive. Where he did absorb the potential to get the Saiyans near death power, to where if they are close to near death and they are brought back to full health, they can make it to where they get stronger. So with that being the case, that is why Cell is so influential. Not only to also mention, thanks to Cell, we got to see the very first introduction to Super Saiyan 2. We got a clear version of what Super Saiyan 2 is looking like, and also we got to see how badass Gohan looked when he reached that form. So yeah. Alright, number 2. Anyways, it is number 2 is going to be Vegeta. With one of the biggest villains that Goku ever could have kept alive, and had turned over to his side of being good, was Vegeta. Vegeta was a Saiyan prince that was named by his father. By his father, also is named King Vegeta, and lived on the planet Vegeta. So obviously Vegeta, the name Vegeta is used a lot of times. So with that being the case, Vegeta was grown up to be this Saiyan prince, which he really was, because he was very powerful, beat the hell out of Goku, Gohan, and Krillin. Even before he went Grade 8, he still did a really good job. When he went Grade 8, he completely destroyed poor Goku. Other than that, Goku only survived thanks to Yajirobe cutting off Vegeta's tail, Krillin hitting the Spirit Bomb, and Gohan turning Great Ape and crushing Vegeta. So, reason why he's had such an impact on the storyline is because of these reasons. One, Vegeta helped a lot on Namek, sacrificing himself many times for the Z Fighters to make sure they get what they get the chance to beat Frieza and everything. Was able to help with this Cell fight, helped with Majin Buu, and then turned good, and has helped ever since then. He is the second strongest character, which he might actually start becoming the first, I don't know. But there's a lot of plans with Vegeta and there's a lot of plans with Goku, so we don't know who's gonna stay the strongest. But hey, we'll never know. And number one, being the most impactful character to the storyline, the one person Goku has not killed and has made the biggest impact in the story, Frieza. Goku, there's a lot to say about Frieza. Frieza was said to be the strongest being in the universe, which he kind of was, but we also had Beerus, so but anyways, with that being the case, Frieza was a character that, like I said, was made to be the strongest in the universe, and when he was at Namek, he was trying to look for the Dragon Balls to make himself immortal. With that being the case, Goku met Frieza after finding out that what he did to the Saiyans, what he's done to Namek, and then Frieza killing Vegeta. Which not a lot of people can say they killed Vegeta. Vegeta's only had 2 or 3 deaths in all of the Dragon Ball series, and one was because of Frieza, the other was because that he killed himself, and like I said, I thought there was the third, but I don't think so. So yeah, the only person that killed Vegeta was Frieza. Reason why Frieza was so influential, not only did we get one of the longest fights in Dragon Ball, not only did we also get to see Super Saiyan for the first time, we also got to see Super Saiyan Blue for the first time. We got to see Frieza Golden Frieza, and especially in the Tournament of Power, thanks to him helping Goku, they were able to beat Jiren. So it's a good thing Goku did keep Frieza alive. Now, that is kind of a little stepping stone due to the fact that Trunks did kill Frieza, and Frieza was sent to Otherworld, and the only reason he was able to get into the Tournament of Power was because Beerus sought him out while Frieza was in Hell. Not to also mention, thanks to Frieza, we were able to get to see Broly go at his full power against Goku. So, with that being said, that is all the list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry we did not get a chance to play Michael Myers, the game, because it did have to install an update, which I'm surprised I didn't get the update installed while my PlayStation was in rest mode, so I'm sorry about that. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and tell me what you guys agree. Tell me if you guys agree on my list. Tell me if you guys think I did it. If you guys think I did a good job. So yeah, just let me know what your feedback is. Peace, love you guys, and we'll see you guys next.